Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
About 3 years ago, a squirrel got into my classroom and jumped in through the ceiling tiles, and we watched it jump all around the room. And I couldn't teach in the classroom, so I had to get creative and go to the library. But he ate my pumpkin and my apple, and he read some books, and he was in the room for about 2 hours, and it was probably one of the funniest things that I've ever seen.
That I had so many leaks in my roof that I kept having to move my desk. So my desk would travel all the way around my room to avoid all the leaks.
I remember when we had Fear Factor, and when Mr. Campbell got smashed in the face with the pie.
And the kind people at Fair Street had a baby shower, and so of course I didn't have a baby, but my wife did, and I was, you know, take some responsibility in that. But so I came to a baby shower, and it was really nice, and I got to open presents. And when I showed up, I was dressed the part. I put a blanket underneath my shirt, so I had a big belly like this. And I walked into the baby shower all serious, you know, and then when I sat down, I was anyway. So they had beautiful presents, and of course, you know, nice snacks and gifts, and lots of love as usual.
All the assemblies that we have in the gym, and all the times that Mr. Campbell does silly things like riding in on the tricycle, that was pretty funny.
Just being, I think one of the first favorite things that I noticed was I remember all the silly suits that Mr. Campbell wear. One of them was the red, white, and blue suit. I don't know what occasion it was, but I won't forget that.
I think it was the first year that we did Fair Factor. That was fun. And we got to throw a pie in the principal's face.
When they sent me over here from Gainesville Elementary, I was standing out at the water fountain to get water. And I filled my cup up with water, and I stood there looking at the cup because the water was not clear. And then Pam Griffin said, it'll clear up by Monday or something like that. So she gave me some spring water. It was kind of funny.
The fact that Miss Hamilton was my 4th grade teacher, and I never thought I'd be actually working with her now.
Well, I actually was a student here. I came here when I was in 5th grade. And this hallway, that 2nd grade hallway right now, was vacant, and they used it as storage. And it was dark and it was dusty, and everybody thought that it was haunted, and we were scared. And they would make us walk down the hallway to go to art and music, but like I said, it was dark and scary, so everybody would hold hands to walk down the hall because they were too scared to walk by themselves.
Yes, when I went here as a child in 6th and 7th grades, we got to go to school with kids from other schools, like what you guys will do next year at Gainesville Middle School. And so we got to meet lots of new friends, and so that was the neat thing about being here at Fair Street in 1970.
My favorite memory is when I was going into 5th grade, I came to Fair Street. That was a few years ago, but I came to school here when I was, you know, in 5th grade, and it was new and exciting, and I had all kinds of new friends.
The dog hall, because that used to be the science lab, and I used to take science in that. My science class was in the dog hall.
When I was here 10 years ago, in the 6th grade where y'all are at now.
My 1st grade class was right here on the Blue Hall where Miss Bradburn's class is now. I remember it so vividly, as if it was just 2 or 3 days ago. I was excited being here. I remember my 1st grade teacher was Miss Lester, and had a very good time.
Wow. Woo. I went to Fair Street. It's been a long time ago.
There used to be another building connected onto here. We called it the old building, and that's where my 5th grade class was.
My favorite memory was having Miss Davis as my 4th and 5th grade teacher and going to Team Tiger at SK.
Well, I went to school here. I graduated from Fair Street and went on to the middle school, so I'm going to miss it. It's like home.
My old memory is all about activities and things that we did mostly on the outside. Special days, special kind of days like May Day and, you know, special events like that.
I always think about that I first attended school here at Fair Street when I was a little girl.
That I came to Fair Street upstairs on your hallway when I was in 6th and 7th grade. My favorite teacher of all the grades that I was in was Rita Collins, and she was a Fair Street school teacher. It's a person that I'll remember my whole life.
This classroom used to be my 4th grade classroom. My teacher was Miss Esther Young in the same classroom.
One time my class didn't have heat in it, so all my students, we had to bundle up in big jackets and blankets, and we just read good books all day long to each other.
This is where I started my teaching career, so that's going to be my favorite memory. This is where everything began.
The releasing of the butterflies, 2nd grade would take the butterflies outside and release the butterflies outside the Fair Street School, and it was very beautiful.
Ms. Dyer made the announcement that we had just been named an international baccalaureate school. Well, we had worked really, really hard as the best team I've ever been on. We had worked really, really hard to become an IB school.
The first day I started working here, but I knew I had the job of being the school counselor.
My first year teaching here, I taught 5th grade, and watching my group of 5th graders graduate is probably my favorite memory, and I cried like a baby because I was so sad that they were going to be leaving.
It would be the end of the year last year when the 5th graders lined up and went through and rang the bell, signaling that they were going to be 6th graders and becoming young adults. They were really emotional. It was a really fun time for all of us, and it was exciting. I think it's going to be fun to do it this year too.
Well, I've only been here a year, but I would just say having my first year here in this building and everybody being so nice and so welcoming, and just having my first year here is my favorite memory.
The very first day of school, I picked up a piece of trash on the floor, and more than 6 kids said thank you, and I thought, where am I?
This is my first school that I taught, so I'll miss the school a lot.
My very favorite memory was my first Fair Factor. When I came into the gym in that first year, it was just awesome.
The faculty lunch, because I love to eat.
Made an altar for El Dia de los Muertos, and then we all made pictures and talked about what we wanted to remember about family members or pets who had died.
On the last day of school, the kids leaving and waving at the buses.
Coming back in 1999, when I had been gone for 2 years, and I wanted a job back, and I didn't know if they would take me back at Fair Street, and I was nervous. And when I drove up in the parking lot, and I walked up to the front door, there was the old librarian standing with the front door wide open to welcome me back to Fair Street, and I thought, oh my gosh, thank heavens I get to come back.
The big bell tower with the old bell on top, and I was so glad to hear that we are still going to have a bell tower, because one of the things that is most memorable at Fair Street is when 5th grade goes out to the bell and rings it on the very last day of school.
My favorite memory from Fair Street will be when Mr. Campbell sang the One Gainesville song in the gym to show the song that he had written for Maggie.
Great
It's new smelling building, no leaky ceilings. I mean, it's just gonna be amazing.
Everything. The whole building. It works. No leaks. No toilets flowing over. Just a perfect building.
Building that has no mold.
Big, giant, bright windows.
Having cleaner restrooms. The boys' restroom down the hall has a strange smell to us.
More technology, maybe an extra LCD projector.
Clean bathrooms.
Not to have plumbing problems. It'd be nice not to have leaks in the ceiling.
Great technology that we're going to have in our classrooms, or at least I hope so.
No mold, no puddles, no ruined runoff, no ruined benchmark kits. Dryness. I'm looking forward to dryness.
Clean rooms, bigger rooms, more technology, and smart students.
Look forward to the gym not being underwater when it rains and the bathrooms being clean with commodes at work.
Not chasing possums from under the modular.
Can't wait to see how it's going to be when it's 2 stories high.
Is having a brand new nurse's office with a bed and all the trimmings. That's what I'm looking forward to. Oh, lots of windows and lots of space. Lots of room spread out. That's what I'm hoping for.
Being inside the actual school and not being in the modules.
A state-of-the-art electronics. What about that?
The new equipment, new chairs, new students, the brand new feeling of being in a brand new building.
Clean, safe place, and everybody can be in the same building.
Welcoming the students back into a new building.
I'm looking forward to the smell of the new Fair Street.
And especially very clean and beautiful bathrooms.
Fresh smelling bathrooms and no leaking in the ceilings.
Not having stinky bathrooms. And maybe the doors will unlock.
Probably all of the classrooms being in the same building so we don't have to walk so far.
Having a new classroom with new furniture.
The new hallways, just the new building itself.
I'm looking forward to seeing the kids' faces in the hallways because I'm sure you guys are going to be even happier when you have a brand new school.
A bigger school. The school has truly served its 74 years well.
Just a new beginning. I think it'll bring us a lot of surprises, some things we don't even know to be excited about.
I can't wait to see all the new wonderful computers and windows and bathrooms and of course the library, and I want to see where they put the bell. I can't wait for every part of Fair Street.
I'm going to miss the great big pink dogwood tree on the Orange Hall, and I'm going to miss the big maple trees that will have to be cut down. I'm going to miss the memories.
This is a school that I grew up in, and I went here when I was younger, and so it will be like a part of our history later.
I'm going to miss that big oak tree in the front.
What will I miss most? I will miss the phone calls from Miss Griffin on the days when it's raining. When she calls me and asks me if I'm teaching water aerobics that day and how it's going in the gym and how many puddles we have.
You know, I think that I have a memory just about on every corner of this building of talking with someone and laughing with someone and certain pictures we had on certain walls, and I'm going to miss all those memories.
The old Fair Street, I don't think there's too much I'll miss because I'm ready for a change, and change is good for everybody.
I guess I'll miss the at-home atmosphere.
I've been here 24 years as an adult, and I'm used to the drippy roof and the commodes that don't work and the light switches that don't really work the way you thought they did. I've learned how to live with it, and so I might miss that when everything works the way it should, but I'll get over it.
Oh, I want to miss? In a good or a bad way? In a bad way? No. I'm going to miss the bathroom.
Just being familiar with it because it's been here for so long.
Old halls, because the old hall has a lot of memory to me because I attended Fair Street.
It won't be the old Fair Street no more. It'll just be a new school. I mean, it'll be Fair Street, but it'll be a brand new school instead of the old school. I just miss the old school.
Nothing really. The old building, I won't miss anything. I'm really looking forward. Of course, I love Fair Street, the people and the kids in the building, and nothing is not. So, I won't really miss anything about this old building.
I really won't miss anything. I went to school here back in the 6th and 7th grade, so I know how old the building is.
I don't think I'm going to miss too much about the old Fair Street because, you know, the new one's going to just blow this one out of proportion.
Let's see, those refreshing bathrooms that we had at the old Fair Street. I'm not going to miss a whole lot because I'm going to take all the best of Fair Street with us when we go.
Nothing. Because what makes our school is not the building, it's the people. And the awesome people will be coming to the new Fair Street, so it will still be the awesome people of Fair Street that makes the building an awesome place to be.
I think for the next 2 years, when we're not here, I think I'll miss being here in this neighborhood, almost right downtown. I love where we are. I think I will miss that. But I think when we come back and we're right here in this place, in a brand new building, I don't think I'll miss anything at all. Once we get back here, we'll move on.
Oh, remember those walls that feel